Hey, and good evening. This is Tiger. A bit late today, but this gets compensated by AJ's being back, so we had to get some grub. This is why we are a bit late, but we are here. And we are dipping into the third route of Trans World 5, the San Bernardino line. First time I'm starting this. Just picking San Bernardino weekend. 2 timetables as it seems. And probably we want to play the baby bullet locomotive, right? Now look at that CD radar. Nice to have you in the stream. The motive power 3.6 rated passenger head-end power version 3C. That tells us typically that it has a head-end power engine made by Cummins, not by Caterpillar. There was one service that is 153. Do we have more of that length, or is it only one single service? One at 1736. The rest then will be cut, huh? Yeah, like this one, part 1, part 2. For 2 hours, and the one in the morning is rated for how long? 2 hours anyway. And those non-revenue service are empty stock moves, and they go for 40 minutes. Interesting. Well, just let's pick one of those and then we will see. So does it really take so long? Better part of 2 hours to do the full run. Drive this San Bernardino train from LA Union to Pomona North. Let's see where this is getting us. I hope I can remember how to drive the baby bullet locomotive. But I think we will figure it out. Last time I drove the MP36 was when I did the very first video on this channel, the baby bullet across the signaling divide, 2 years ago, I think. So, here we are at LA Union Station. And look at our locomotive. Let's see where we are. Can we already open the doors? We can. Independent brake full on. Need to cut in the brakes. And we can release them. Probably want a reverser. The TMS does not have anything that we can operate. That's obviously as it seems. To see what lights are lit. Train monitoring system. That should be for the alarm. PTC fuse is closed, but nevertheless we're not getting any indication for it, I'm quite sure. Ground lights, electrical cabinet lights, front number lights. And let's see if this allows us already to start the train. Maybe we want some headlights front, right and auxiliary. $888, what a nice number for this locomotive. What is the speed limit here? It is this weird speed limit of 7 racing to 12 in LA Union Station. And we are starting, like we know it, from the Antelope Valley route. That would be going north, and we are not going north here, but we are going first south and then to the east. I guess that is where this route is taking us. Well, let's see if we can get this thing here moving. Already in the 12. We're getting a nice green dwarf. Signal as a starter signal. Let's see how is the speed profile progressing. We will go to 25 and then to 15. How long are we? 165 yards. A second train is leaving with us. You remember SCRRA is using a route signaling system. Train to our left is getting a yellow over yellow, what is an approach diverging. We're getting the high green. Still have to go a bit to the 15 here. Now we are getting an advanced approach. Mustn't go faster than 50 at the next signal. And obviously be prepared to stop at the second signal from here. can accelerate to 15. Okay. We're not getting an approach, but an approach diverging here. Crossing the line. When I see those things, I always have to think of Terminator running there on the motorbike shooting shotguns. Oops. Going in a gradient, accelerating too much. Don't even know if that whistle blow was for us. At any rate, with our 15 miles per hour, it will be quite some time until we get there. Speed board 25. Now, apparently we are going uphill here. Have we passed the speed board? No, this is not yet 25. Oh yeah, it is. So accelerating to 25. And far and wide. No level crossing, so this export was probably not for our direction. Now we're going downhill again. Increase to 45. As soon as the train is clear. But it looks nice so far, doesn't it? It's not the most explosive start. Now I can accelerate a bit more. Flying cars on the motorway. .4 miles until we have to stop at Cal State LA station. High green. New speed board. Increase to 50. off topic, in what is NITEC? NITEC is the technology that you need for tilting trains. So GNT is the safety system, and NITEC is the technology that makes the trains tilt. It's short for Neigetechnik. I think you're talking about the switch on the ICET, right? So soon we will see how the brakes react. I trust this train will do the brake blending on its own. Limit to 40 announced. Yeah, it was announced. All right, it is a self-lapping brake. Okay. That calls for a bit braking earlier. Or at least the train is at least it counts still as being at the station, even if it doesn't really look it. So I'm afraid we need to slow down a bit more in advance of the stop. El Monte Track 2. Now we already through? No, we are not through the 40. At least we have tail lights here, unlike in the Antelope Valley. 50 and then $70, yes. So nothing beats a jagged wall to the left and right of your train. Reduction to 65 announced. So I wanted the external camera. Whoosh. $55 was the limit. Misread it. Then we're slowing down to 55 if you want that. And then we get 79. Are we running downhill already again? That yellow was not flashing at all, was it? But we are not getting any e-brakes blended in. So we have to do that manually. It is a bit surprising. No, it's just a bit late with the blending in. Well, it takes a considerable length of time until the dynamic brake kicks in. You like this train? It's your baby bullet. You always like the baby bullet, right? It's not called the baby bullet here, but it is the same locomotive. At least the same series. Limit to 60, I think. But I think we got an approach signal at the last signal, so this is why I'm keeping below the 40. Now we're getting limited to 40 anyway. Nah, it was maybe flashing after all, and I just didn't see it flash because now we get an approach diverging. And for a second I was looking for the Wachsamkeitstaste. Limited 25, alright. Well, but this is a scenic way to enter a station. So I guess here's the grade, and we're running downhill into the station. Obviously the center of gravity, or the center of mass, is still in front of the grade. So now the brake lever is in front of the speed clock. Well, I think I leave the blending to the loco. Diverging clear. But this is a board for honking. So the poor train on the other track had to wait for us. Okay. Getting there. We are 6 cars. Why are we not stopping at the 6 cars marker? So, is this 25 limit still active? Yes, it is. High green. Okay, we are short, and I think a look at this this profile. Just have to run up the hill and down the hill again, and it is a 60-40. See if we can do this without wheel slips. Muscle cars. Okay, this is the little hill. Yes, this train should be able to throw sand. Yes, it can. Why do you need some sand? Totally missed the export for this one. And now we should be already slowing down for a 40 limit, and I did not see the speedboat for it. It's probably here already started. Just curious, cause it's driving in a rather summery area. Still it needs sand. $70. The horn almost broke. And two more. Limit to 60. Alright. I'm late, but at least I hit the spot. And we have to park at the 5 cars marker because we actually only have 5 cars. The 6th one is the locomotive. That makes sense too. Baldwin Park. I guess. Covina. That's almost as much horn action as on the Peninsula Corridor. So 1.3 miles to go. All of a sudden we are so slow. Oh, I maybe want to reduce the throttle when I'm slowing down. After all those European EMUs, it is always quite a feat to get used to those terrains here. But it's cool. I like it. It was maybe a bit early. No, it worked out. Yep. Did you see the train was rolling backwards a bit? Should not happen. Pomona North. This is already the end of this first part, isn't it? Yes, it is. And it's 7.7 miles. Speed is 60 until it increases to 79. Am I missing so many speedboards, or are they just not speedboards? Whistleboards, or are they just not there? Three speed whistleboards. And the third one. There was another one announced, no? Probably not, because now two are announced. Silence. Getting closer to the increase to 79. And another export. Here's the increase to 79. I think now we can accelerate. Then there is no speed limit until we get to Pomona. Something weird is happening on my Twitch monitor. AJS, are you still awake? Doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, you are. So you still got the stream, right? Because I only got a blank monitor with a big sticker saying unstable. Oh, this was not a level crossing, this was maybe some hot box detector or axle counter or whatever. The stream as well, good. Advanced approach. That means slow down to 40 anyway. That is convenient because we have to slow down to 40 anyway. Woo! The car just did not want to stop. One more, and here's our approach. Well, you know it never rains in Southern California. Yeah, it's on the news actually here in Germany that there is floods and everything. It is still quite okay here in Germany. In Austria it is much worse, also in Poland. Good reason with their bridge just before the wave kicked in, yeah. The Carola Brücke broke down. So, how did that go? Minus 520 points for speeding. Not really accurate on time and accuracy. So I have to practice more with this train, but for the first run, for the first handling, at least a platinum medal. So, how long are we in? I don't know how long are we in, because the counter stopped counting on my 105. Well then, let's see how far we get. If everyone is asleep, then we can call it a day. But there is a second part to the service here, from Pomona to San Bernardino downtown. It should be the slightly shorter one. Let's see how far we get. Now that I know the train a bit better for the handling. And it also resets the weather to clear. We don't need to plunge around in this fog. I'm very happy to solemnly confirm that the PCB on the Munich map is now fixed. Is it? Did you do that? Or who fixed this? You tested that. Well, that is cool. I didn't even know that they were planning on doing this. The app is running, isn't it? At least the lights are green. So everything concerning PZB on the Munich map is now working as you want it to. That is great. So, Claremont in 1.7 miles, that is not far. Let's look at the speed profile. Claremont and Montclair. That is sweet. No, I actually have a lot of time to get there. No, how sweet. Well, they really did a lot of stuff to improve the behavior of the passengers. They came a long way in regard of passengers and setting up panoramas with them. Montclair is only in 0.9 miles. It's like an S-Bahn up here. Still going uphill, don't need any brake at all, as it seems. Even need some power to not stall here. And the fog is coming to town again. Now, gradient is even enough to stop the train. But we need to get to the 5 cars marker. Don't stall on me, go those 5 yards. Yes, S-Bahn. And what funny construction is that here? Two point eight miles to Upland station. What? I have driven 360 miles, maybe if you collect the baby bullet stuff. If you count that into the total. Speed profile is still fully open. Advance approach. At least we know what direction we have to go. He's buying trains sim world. Oof, the cars are diving through a level crossing. Prohibido. Yeah, good detail, right? Rancho Cucamonga 4.8. What is it with California and the fog? It's hard to avoid the fog. It's getting downhill, then there is 145 part. Smog, says City Raider, yeah. That might totally be. That might have been a bit fast. Throwing in the dynamic brake. Approach diverging. That also means to approach the next signal with not faster than 40. Okay, using the e-brakes seems to confuse the brake blending. So let's see where we diverge. It's probably this 45 switch. where we diverge. Oh. But here we are not diverging, but now we are getting the diverging clear. So we should diverge here, and we are diverging, and this is most probably this reduction. Yes. That is not what I wanted to do. .8 miles to Rancho, Cucamonga. So this is what Rancho Cucamonga has to offer. The match-up that doesn't add up. Car versus train. It's no contest. CP Beech. But not the beach, but Beech. And CP is control point, so this is not a station, this is just a landmark. Like a Blockstelle maybe. Advanced approach. But it just switched to advanced approach, right? It was an approach when we were approaching it. And then it advanced to an advanced approach. That means next signal not faster than 40. No, this is not a good crossing. So if we had our IETMS, could always see where the next signal is, so now we're supposed to diverge. Probably going to the left here then. Ew. No. Still we got approach diverging, yeah, sure. It was the approach diverging and not the diverging aspect already. Good thing, because there was a closed gate. Well, those automobiles, they don't make any amends here. Diverging advance approach. We are diverging, have to approach the next signal with 40. So what is that here? A disused station? that we are not stopping at. But there are actually passengers walking about. There are not so super many trains coming along all day. An endless platform, that is. Now we have the approach. Non-diverging. So be prepared to stop at the next signal, and if only I knew where the next signal is. I hope it is not what is coming up here. No, this is the signals from the back. Maybe the signal will clear when we get to our go via location. Some BNSF locos. Actually quite a lot of them. Now let's pay attention if there is a signal coming. But I cannot go with 30 here. I still think that we might get to the go via point before we have to stop. But obviously there is no guarantee for it. If the IETMS was working, then we could just check it there. But I can't go faster than 40 because of the approach signal. Okay, there are signals. I have to take this seriously. But they are for the opposite direction again. Okay. No, they are not. It is a red signal. Ah, come on. As I said, as soon as we go through the go via point, the signal will clear. But the go via point was just in front of the signal. Fontana Metrolink. Not even on the map. Four level crossings. Fontana. Here, this is the Fontana in question, probably. So I think there are still 2 left of the announced 4 level crossings. Rialto. At least the fog is clearing a bit. Okay, no speed reductions until we get to Rialto. High green. .3 miles. Then we most probably should slow down already. Here, the train just does not want to stop. It's going downhill. You totally feel that. You can already see San Bernardino depot in downtown. So it's not that far to go anymore. Interesting lamps. Made in America. My head will explode from that Horns and City radar, yeah. I really don't know how they do that. Without any quiet zones. Maybe they don't have to do a full 14L pattern. I really don't know. Limit to 45 is incoming. So for this slow down to 45. We have actually quite some space to get there. Ah, here is the 45 limit. Announcement board. Running through the yard. Approach diverging. So we shouldn't be faster than 40 for the approach diverging. While the ramp can slow us down. At what speed are we supposed to diverge? Don't know yet. Maybe 25. Up on ramps like this one, you are at least safe from level crossings. So 25 was announced, right? Yeah. But still a bit to go. But now we're running downhill. Now we are in San Bernardino depot or yard, where we often stable the trains. At the end of the runs down Cajon Pass, diverging advance approach. Crazy how this train accelerates just because of the gradient. And here's our divergence. And we made it to San Bernardino. And here we are. We've got a different number now, right? We started with the 888. And now we are at the 896. Yes, and on Cajon Pass, we would come in here. This is That's a lot of trucks. So here we come in, down Cajon Pass and around the bend, typically passing here and then going into the yard. Alright, that was the third installation of the unboxing of Trains in World 5. San Bernardino line. Train is much more interesting to handle than the trains on the other two DLCs. Thank you for bearing with me. AJ, if you're not asleep yet. CD Radar, I hope your head will recover from this honking. And I will probably go back to a normal schedule and be streaming next weekend on Sunday again. Thank you guys. Have a nice time and take care.